I'd like to invite our next guest to speak, Carmen Alvarez, the Vice President of Special Education for the United Federation of Teachers.
Hi everybody, and I'm very honored to be here with Mona and all the other parents. And we at the UFT also share the same concern that Mona has outlined. And I just want to emphasize that on May 29th, I had a general membership meeting specifically for the special education reform. Laura Rodriguez and all her top team came. There were over 600 people at that meeting, including parents, advocates, general ed teachers, special ed teachers, related service providers. And what Ms. Rodriguez came away with was, my God, they don't understand what the reform is. So how could you roll something out when not even the staff who need to implement it understand it? And what about parents? I have been getting complaints that parents don't understand it, that they're gifted and talented programs that say, I don't want that student with a disability to take the spot of my child because they have not earned it. So it's again what Mona said, how do you prepare all general ed parents that these are our children? One day you may have a child with a disability. Are you going to discard them then? And there's so many things, and as Councilman Jackson said, it's very complicated. But it's when I speak with the Department of Ed, they speak the truth, but not the whole truth. And so what happens with budget, they've incentivized one place for another. So, no, don't do self-contained, do this other stuff. But what they didn't tell people is that per capita was rolled out not just to 260 schools, but 800 schools. All the new schools had per capita. And I assure you, all this incidents of changing IEPs has already been happening in those schools. And I would even say, we just got the results of the graduation rate for students in special ed, and it went down 0.7%. And I am sure it's because the way the funding is and the mixed messages of special ed, put them in general ed, because no matter what, it's good. Our young people with disabilities should not be collateral damage of poor infrastructure, lack of professional development and support. Our young people are our future. I know that. My step-granddaughter graduated. It took her 6 years. 6 years. And I used to fight with that principal, and I love him. It was a really top school. Unfortunately, education looks at it as surviving. I look at it as thriving. I'm not looking for 65. I'm looking for 85, 95. Then we can talk about changing the IEPs. Ultimately, she graduated in 6 years, and my little honey girl is in Kingsborough and loving it and doing great because of the great teachers in special ed.